Hey, I haven't been making any videos whatsoever for the past God knows how long. I've been working at a farm now for quite some time, and it's just making me absolutely exhausted. But I thought it was pertinent to at least share some feelings that I've been having. Um, I watched the RFK, Bobby Kennedy and Joe Rogan interview just now. I'm actually only 2 hours in. I didn't watch the full 3 hours yet because it's almost 1 o'clock in the morning. I'm exhausted. But so many thoughts are running through my head. Like, I have a pretty good idea of read on people, and there's few reasons I really like him, and that I'm going to support him. I'm actually going to go see him in 4 days, up in New Hampshire as he makes a speech. So I'm really excited about that. And then I see him 2 days later, so up at PorcFest. Um, but I am going to ride this train out because I've done it for Ron Paul and then John McAfee in 2016. Um, and so now that's over a decade of being part of campaigns that I truly believe in, whether they win or not. But I'm starting to think that this guy is actually going to build momentum. He's talking a really good game, and it's not even a game. I can tell he has empathy. He's incredibly intelligent. Um, his mind is quite remarkable, really, because his dates and names are spot on. Like everything, like when he name drops somebody, he's like spot on, and he's got the date down, and it just is. He pulls it out of thin air, really. Um, and anyway, I suggest people watch the Joe Rogan show, the interview with him, because it's really, really fascinating. And the guy is so logical and reasonable. And it's funny. I mean, obviously, people that would be watching me right now already know that how the media spins everything and the propaganda that's out there. But to really hear this guy talk, I always knew he was like on our side when it came to the recent COVID vaccine. But I didn't pay much attention to him because I just was like, oh yeah, he's he's cool. He's a good guy. Um, but now that he's running for president, I think it's time to start paying a lot more attention to him. And I think my prediction is that he's going to gain massive momentum in the next year. He's a smart guy, and what he has on his side, he's not only smart, he is genuine, and he has empathy. And he's just very real. He's very, very real. He's not bullshitting. He's not like a classic politician. Um, and I've had a few people say to me, for instance, my husband, he's like, why isn't he run as a Republican? He's been watching him with me, and he loves him. He's like, absolutely, he thinks he's great. But he's like, in the beginning, actually, he was saying, well, why doesn't he run as a Republican? He seems to be rather Republican. And I said, well, that's the funny thing, is that no, he's not. He's just what used to be a liberal or a Democrat. And now, if you think, if you have a normal thought process, your the new way of life is that people think, oh, well, then you must be a conservative. No, I'm not a conservative. I'm just a normal, critical thinking human being that wants to make sense of the world and do better. So don't put me into don't wall me in to something. But now he gets it. He understands because I explained to him that no, even when I was younger, like my family were Democrats. They voted for Clinton. Yes, I know there's a lot of stuff about that now, but going even as far back as my grandmother and my grandfather in the 60s, they were friends with John F. Kennedy and Jackie Onassis. Funny kind of story. Jackie Onassis didn't really like my grandmother that much because JFK would flirt with her at parties. So my family's been in the whole like Kennedy scene for a while, and it just feels right to me that he's come along right now, and he's held his position. He hasn't wavered. He's been an advocate for people like us who want medical freedom, who believe that we have the right to do as we want with our bodies. So that's all for tonight. I need to go to bed because I have to wake up at 5 o'clock in the morning. But I encourage everybody to please take a good hard look at him, because you'll be surprised that he's the most rational person that we have right now in a position that can make a big difference. So let's ride it out.